la comunicadora Cathy Byrd, quien ha estado con nosotros desde ayer. Ya tuvimos una presencia dentro de su programa, su transmisión por internet en vivo ayer, como parte de la preparación para este evento de Tilting Access, de forma que todos sus públicos supieran lo que estamos haciendo aquí hoy. Bienvenida, Cathy.
Gracias. Okay. Uh-oh. ¿Cómo se pasa? Okay, I'm going to get it. Qu'est-ce que j'ai fait? How do I make the player? She's going to play it? Oh, just point it. Which one? Just the forward? It's the play at the bottom. Oh, she's going to play it. Thank you. That's me. If you have a phone, a smart, excuse me. I can try this. I'll try this. I'm used to kind of moving around. Although the people that were with me yesterday don't know that, I was really making them behave and not move around. If you have a smartphone in your hand, you have a podcast app in your hand, you can find Fresh Art International anywhere you go to listen. And I know I have at least 3 new listeners today, so I'm very excited about that, people that subscribed, and I welcome you to do that. To tell you about who I am someone who created an opportunity out of a crisis in 2011 when I had a position that I occupied eliminated, and I launched an audio podcast from a park bench in Brooklyn. For 2.5 years, I was a roving podcaster. And then in 2013, I moved to Miami and landed there and still am based there. 2016, I launched a weekly radio show on an internet station called Jolt Radio. And from there, I have amplified my reach tremendously in the world. Although you could access my work anywhere. You go to listen. The radio being a democratic way to reach random listeners, would have experiences with art that they would have never encountered, because that's one thing I'm known for, is making art accessible. There are many people in this room, actually at least 10 people in this room, that are on my podcast episode in the archive, or will be very soon, because I recorded with them yesterday. I have that many monthly tune-ins. I have a community of over 10,000 that follow me and support my work. And there are over 200 listening experiences that you can enjoy yourself if you go there to listen. I've covered 6 continents. Is this a continent? In a way, yes, it is, because there are 2 countries on it. It is a floating continent, very small, but very important to me. I explore the world's diverse cultural landscape. That's something very important to me, through art, film, and architecture. And the themes that I explore that you'll find on my site are the environment, technology, race, culture, and community, public access, social engagement, that moved around a bit, activism, and possible futures. These are some of the ways that I operate. I will do live broadcast events or live talks, field recordings, that's one in the Everglades, or in the studio at Jolt. And this is did I skip one? No, I didn't. This is my destination for this year. I'm not sure I'm going to make all of those islands that I have on the list because of the expense of getting there, that I just discovered when I started to map my course for this week. And thinking of extending it further afield, I determined rather to go west, and I'll be joining Giscard Bouchet in Port-au-Prince for 2 days to explore the scene there, and we're plotting a pop-up radio show there, so we'll keep you informed on that. As you can see, I have support for my work now, and some of my support is coming this week from Chilting Access, and I appreciate that very much. Oh, you know what? I did skip. You see where I was yesterday? These are the people on the air with me yesterday. Here in this building upstairs, we did a live radio broadcast from Centro Leon. It's very important to me to engage at the center and fringe of art scenes around the world, to give voice to excellence and experimentation, to forge new connections among today's culture makers, to inspire and energize creative communities, and most importantly, to create an audio archive of contemporary art history as it's being made. And the image at the bottom of this projection is an artist from Trinidad that I just recorded with, who is doing a modern portrait of Black Florida. And we featured her episode just a few weeks ago. So I cover the Caribbean even when I'm not in the Caribbean. It's very important to me. And episodes are available on a platform that you know well, the Fresh Milk platform also features all of our Caribbean content. And if you just want a place to go to and know exactly what you're going to be listening to, if you want the rest of the world, then go elsewhere. I couldn't help but share with you the discoveries that I made since I've been here. Talk about radical hospitality. When I arrived, Fermin Ceballo welcomed me and took me around Santo Domingo, where I discovered up above there the Duarte Paris, if you know it, the Pacas community, and the flea markets of Santo Domingo. Seen there, my home state, a shipment of a care package from Houston, Texas, which was a victim of a hurricane, shipped here and sold on the open market for sale to locals. That was a surprise to me, as was the fact that all the stray dogs have names, and they're taken care of and hang out and are greatly celebrated wherever you find them in Santo Domingo. Pascal was my escort the night that I met these dogs. Thank you, Pascal. And finally, someone that we're missing today that I had the pleasure of meeting, Jorge Pineda, and some work that he showed me when he made me very much at home in his rooftop garden was this piece, which I'll close with, which is a new painting, a series that he's working on, and this one is about the relationship between Haiti and the Dominican Republic. The two small characters are sharing a pot, a plant, the island, and the roots around them are the roots that connect them and pull them apart. So I thought it was a great metaphor considering the topics that have been approached in this day so far, and the pleasure that I've had, the learning I've already experienced since being here with you. Thank you.